Hello, it's me, Mr. Todd Walters, right there in that photo, sitting there on my tailgate of the truck, right there, my awesome home on Lake Lanier, North Metro Atlanta. Got Dansby there with his tongue hanging out, and Tebow sitting right next to me, drinking an NA, that's non-alcoholic beer. You ever had one of those? Well, that's better than drinking a bunch of alcohol. So that's the picture that you got in the mail that I sent you. So now, why am I sending you now a video on the same letter that I sent you? Well, because I'm not sure you got the letter. So in the package that I sent you was a letter, and attached to the letter were several stories from some of our best members in the system. And attached to the letter was a little doll called a Guatemalan worry doll. And you're probably wondering, like, what in the world is a Guatemala worry doll? Well, I'm going to show you and give you some background and history on this. So included with this video is some gold nuggets in the way of marketing. Okay. Okay, so here I am. I just Googled up Guatemala worry dolls. And you can see right here that there's lots of interesting things about this. Let's go to Wikipedia and see what they have to say about it. Worry dolls are mostly handmade in Guatemala. They're made of wire, blah, blah, blah. The dolls are then dressed, da, 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 da. So what do? Well, if you look right here, in traditional and modern times, worry dolls are given or lent to brooding or sorrowful children. They would tell their doll about their sorrows, fears, and worries, and then hide it under the pillow. And then the next day, the worries in whatever problems and issues you have, they would go away. So I attached a doll, a worry doll, to the mailing that I sent you, right to this picture right here. And I attached to it a story about the worry doll. This is what we call a grabber. It's designed to give the envelope a little bit of depth and feel to it, like there's something in there that's not quite normal, which increases the likelihood that it would even be opened. Okay. You may have been to conferences in the past where we highlighted what we call 3D mailings. Okay. And this is so that your mail ends up on top of the stack and is guaranteed to get open. So if you're in a competitive marketplace and you want to engage in direct mail to seller prospects and get your mail open, this is a technique and strategy that works. Okay. So now the next strategy and technique that works on the letter that I sent you was just the personalization. Here I am. This picture tells a story. Okay, and I highlighted a little bit of the story. It's me on the back of my tailgate next to my house looking down at the lake. Christy, my wife, takes the picture, got my dogs in the back there. And if you're not a big beer drinker like me, then, you would probably recognize that's a non-alcoholic beer. Like, what's really going on here in the story? And there is a lot going on when this picture was taken. Okay, but it does tell a story, so it gets your attention. Worry doll, personalized photo with different stuff going on, gets your attention. And then we took the letter and we added to it what we call doodles. Okay, we doodled it up, and those doodles, which is a program that you can buy. For example, Doodle Opus would be a common program that people buy and use these doodles to give the letter a little more depth, and it increases the likelihood that they're going to read it. You may have seen similar doodles on a mailing on the coaching site. See if I can pull that up for you here. Go to craigproctorcoaching.com. I'll show you exactly on this website here. So I'll go to library, file library. When I get into the file library, one of my favorite mailings that I like to include doodles on would be mailing to for sell by owners or expireds and other seller prospects in my database. So you can go and check out this example here, ID 1335. It's called Good Mailing Example. If I open that up and show it to you, here it is right here. So you can see doodles on this particular mailing. Okay. In other words, it's a bit ugly from a traditional sense, but that's why it works. If it looks like everything else you get in the mail, it probably won't work. So your job as a marketer is to get the attention of your prospects, arouse attention, if you want to call it that, and increase desire to be able to probe a bit further. So this is a personalized letter that I sent you, followed up with a video that I'm recording for you. But the big news here is it's all true. I am worried and concerned about you. So in the letter that I sent you, I wrote specifically why I was. We've been doing a really good job over the past several months here of tracking engagement, also tracking progression. So, and they're tied together. The members in our system, platinum members that engage consistently, progress faster. Okay, so let me repeat. Those who engage consistently progress faster. It's not a guarantee though. Okay, because the engagement can't be spectating, and that's the big difference between the engagement levels that I've been seeing. Okay, some members who engage in spectating, other platinum members engage in doing. My job is to help bridge the gap between knowing and doing. So if you read this letter, I was very clear on why I was concerned. Okay, number one is that you have missed, according to my records, at least 2 of the last meetings that we put together, and we put the meetings together for you. I do understand that life gets in the way. Sometimes things happen and it's difficult to attend all the meetings, but it's critical to your progression on toward your heart's desire. Okay, so that's why I'm worried about you, and I wanted to emphasize the extent of that worry in this direct mail newsletter that I sent you specifically. Hopefully you got it, and now following up with the video. Okay, so it's been about 15 years since I've been tracking platinum member success and watching this play out, and I can tell you that platinum members who miss 3 big meetings in a row are absolutely less successful than the ones who do not. That is a fact. So, and the reason I'm sending you this letter now is because you have missed 2 of the last big meetings in a row, and we have a 3rd one coming up. So you were made for big things. You were put on this earth to help more people. I have no doubt in my mind about that, and you're good at it. So getting to the meetings is a big part of being able to move the business forward. Okay, so I would like to specifically request that you end the worry that Craig and I have about you and attend the next big meeting that we have coming up. More on that in just a moment. Okay, now I want to reiterate a few things that I said here in the letter. Number one, you not coming has no impact really on my life or Craig Proctor's life for sure. Okay, but it may very well impact yours. Not coming means that there's been a decision made beforehand. Okay, and a decision that, well, what I'm going to see there, I'm sure it'll be really good, but you know what, I would like to come, but okay, I can't come because of, and just keep going with whatever it might be. Okay, it would be wrong for me to not go as far as I can to get your attention and to let you know how important it is and how much Craig and I care about you being there. We believe it is extremely important to your future and your pace of implementing the system. Okay, so now let's talk about the strategy behind this. I will admit it won't do you any good just to show up to the meeting, okay, and see what happens. That is not a great strategy. What is a good strategy is to show up with a plan and a purpose behind even coming. And that's what I want to drill down here on the last half of this video, is for you to show up with plan and purpose. Okay, so coming up February 16th and 17th in Orlando, Florida, okay, is a big meeting, multi-day off-site business planning and strategy meeting, specifically designed for you and the others who said that they want a business that works without their constant involvement. Craig and I want you to have a business more than a job that can work without you having to do all the parts of it all the time. Okay, it doesn't have to be a ginormous real estate sales team, but it needs to be more like a business that is ran, that consistently produces results that your clients want and the results that you want. Agreed? Great. Okay, so we do these meetings for you, not for us. Okay, it is what the most successful agents do, and it's designed to solve your biggest issues and populate your to-do list. Okay, so when you can't come to Orlando, February 16th and 17th, I want you to bring along with you, please, a list of your biggest issues in your business. Just write them down. You're going to have 3, 5, maybe 7. I wouldn't think any more than that, but there's going to be a few issues. We all have them. So bring your issues list. And between now and Orlando, you should be trying to solve these issues. You don't want to wait till February 16th and 17th to solve your biggest issue. But when you show up, you are going to have issues. Okay? And do not think that you have the solution. You must know that you have the solution. And the reason you come to these meetings is because we do have the solutions to the issues that you face. I guarantee it. They're at your fingertips. We've been there, we've done it. And I'm going to put people on stage that have the best solution to help you in your present situation. So imagine 2 full days, about 20 sessions of what's working now to better establish a business that works without your constant involvement. The one that works so you don't have to. Okay? So bring your issues list with plan in place to solve your biggest issues. So you're going to be checking them off as we go over the course of the 2 days. Okay? Here's my issue. Here's the solution. Okay? And remember, we're going to spend hours on the solutions. So you're going to have a real clear picture on exactly what to do when you get back after this meeting. Next, the next big part is I want you to write down big initiatives. You and everyone on your team, if you have other people working with you, should have initiatives, or what we call rocks, if you want to use that word. Okay, but think about that for a minute. A rock would be something like, or an initiative, big initiative would be something like to fully implement the Platinum Referral Marketing System. Fully implement it. There's like 4 parts to that thing, right? Moving parts, going to take you 2 or 3 months to fully implement that if you're working on it pretty consistently. You being the only one to implement it may take even longer. Okay, but if that is an initiative, it needs to get broken down into small to-dos based on priorities. And that is best accomplished at these meetings to be able to pull that off. So when you write that down as an initiative, okay, the deadline to have it done is the next meeting. Okay, so for example, when you show up February 16th and 17th in Orlando, Florida, with your big initiatives list, it's also a deadline. So it's a starting point and a deadline, starting point and a deadline. We're going to write down new initiatives, and we're going to use the meetings as deadlines to have them done. Okay, and since these happen about every quarter, it gives you about 3 months to get these big initiatives done. Imagine being able to get at least one big quantum leap initiative done every quarter. And every big initiative has several moving parts to it. Right. So I gave you my cell phone number in the letter. Doing it again on this video. You can reach out to me, text me, and call me if you have real issues and problems. I want to help you. Okay. But we designed these meetings to do that. Imagine talking to me over the telephone and we spend an hour working on whatever your problem or issue is. Okay, well, that's an hour over the phone compared to 10 hours times 2, 20 hours face to face, away from distractions at your real estate office and life. Which one's more productive? Absolutely. So I want to encourage you to be the platinum member that wants to be more productive versus those that choose not to be. So not to use harsh language here, but I just think it would be wrong for me not to aggressively pursue the importance of you being in Orlando February 16th and 17th at this meeting. Now, I sent you some letters from several members who basically are saying the same thing I'm selling to you. I am selling you on coming, but telling you. Okay, so hopefully you read those. Well, here's one here that was included in the package from Sarah Reynolds. When I first met Sarah, her and her mom, it was just them two. There was nobody else, just her and her mother, Debbie. And they had a pretty good little real estate business going. They were doing about $250,000 in commissions, the two of them. So they were doing pretty well when I met them by industry standards. Well, Sarah's one of the top Keller Williams agents in the world here, 6 or so years later, at the time of this recording, earning $8 million in commissions. Now that's amazing growth. But Sarah will tell you that it happened because she engaged. She showed up and engaged. Okay, so I sent you, that's just one of the 4 letters that I sent you. So no one's going to say, Todd, you're not doing anything and everything you can do to get me to the meeting. I'm still not convinced why I should come and shouldn't come. No one's going to say that about me and how much I care about you in your real estate business as well as your life. A business is supposed to serve your life, not you being a servant to it, right? So at this meeting coming up in Orlando for February 16th and 17th, I'm asking you to go to craigproctorcoaching.com, click on the schedule in the events tab, and get registered right there. Okay, so here I am, craigproctorcoaching.com, schedule, events tab, and you'll find it right there. And you can click view event details and register. You can download the agenda and take care of that right there. Now, if for any reason you can't come, you just can't. Not that you're choosing not to, but you can't come, let me know. And you can do that by going to, you can send me an email at platinum@toddwalters.com. You can do that. Or you can respond to the phone number that I put in this letter and have mentioned to you. But so hopefully you got the letter, you've read it, and you're well versed now on why you should attend and why you shouldn't. I wanted to sit down and record this video for you as a follow-up to the letter. So feel free to weigh in and give me some feedback on anything that you want to lay in about. But again, you want to grow your real estate business, you want to be more profitable, you want more free time, you want a business that works so you don't have to. This is 2 full days dedicated to that. And I don't want you to become a statistic and another number like some have in the past by deciding to skip 3 big meetings in a row. Okay? Don't let that happen. Get to craigproctorcoaching.com. Register for Orlando, February 16th and 17th, a business that works so you don't have to meeting. Okay? And let's get on about achieving our heart's desire. Okay? All righty. So with that, wraps up my little video for you. Get back to my photo here with Tebow, Dansby, the Raptor, and my non-alcoholic beer. All right? I'm looking forward to those days coming up this summer. I know you are too. It'll all be better if it is a business that works so you don't have to. All right. Go serve big. See you.